Good morning, everyone. Thanks very much for coming back again to watch Heavy Rain. We start our broadcast a bit earlier today. A few words really about last night. I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough and the gameplay so far. Equally, I hope you would have found some of the tips and comments given in my introduction useful as well. So, we were introduced to all of our lead protagonists by now, and we'll just carry on where we left on yesterday. There are lots of interesting bits and pieces coming up. The FBI agent spotted a couple of very important clues whilst he was raking up the crime scene, and Scott Shelby keeps tracking down the mothers of the victims, which is very, very significant, whilst Ethan Mars was given some strange messages via mail, and he had been pursuing, well, the leads that he could really find for himself, and the last thing he did was he collected this big shoebox with various items in a locker, which was at the main railway station. So let's crack on. I've not won anything this time, but there you go. We keep getting the slides. He got a message indicating that he would have to come to this garage to find out more about the case. So let's see what you can find, and first of all we'll check out his mindset.
The parking lot ticket and the origami figure leads to this garage. What am I going to find here?
It's a good question.
Can't stop thinking about that well. Sean seemed exhausted. But at least he's alive. I'll do anything to get him out of there. I should go talk to the garage guy over there.
Almost certainly. He might be able to provide some tips. Oh, the garage guy is down there. Garage guy. Garage guy. Well.
Excuse me? Hey!
Oh! Huh. Sorry. Didn't see you. What can I do you for?
I'd like to get my car.
Hey, you're a pretty patient guy, you are. That car's been there for 2 years. We took it out for a drive every month and checked the tires and batteries, just like you said. Here, it's the 3rd floor down.
Thanks.
Service elevator is at the far end. Ah, you have yourself a good one, Chief.
I certainly shall. But let's find out.
Have I been here before? Don't remember it. Elevator at the back of the garage. 3rd floor. Got it. Car's been here for 2 years. What does that mean?
It means that somebody left it there without you knowing. Look at that rusty old elevator. Ah. This looks dangerous. I better watch out. No, not. This is the way. So let's have a look. What is this? Oh yeah, we can hear the car alarm, so that's somewhere towards the back, I think. Might be this one. Oh. Sports car. Fancy. Let's have a look. Nothing of significance in there. We don't want it to go out. Oh yeah, he found something. Oh, that's his tom-tom, his navigator.
Your destination is 4 miles from here. Leave the parking lot and take the first right.
So I shall. Who left the instructions for me though? Hard to know this stage, but we'll find out as we carry on. Come on, accelerate. I'm pressing the wrong button. I'm pressing the left 2 instead of the right 2. Honestly, maybe a bit early in the day. Is this rain ever going to stop? Not likely in this game, I don't think. Huh? Did I win anything? No, I did not. Well, I won it probably previously when I played the game, because every time you get this close-up, it's either a trophy or bonus, but you know. Plenty of those to catch every time you play.
You have reached your destination. Are you ready to show your courage in order to save your son? Listen carefully. Take the highway and drive against the traffic for 5 miles. If you haven't reached your destination in 5 minutes, you will have failed.
Well, that is ridiculous. Driving against the traffic on the motorway, you know what's going to happen.
If I succeed, I'll get more letters for the hangman. It's my only need. No turning back now.
The serial killer is seriously nuts.
I don't want to die. Not here.
Well, who does?
Not like this. I'm not going to make it. I'm not going to make it. I can do it. I'd do anything to save my son.
You see, the thing is, I forgot to mention this before, when you play this game, you need to really switch on vibrate on your settings, because any time the lead character is experiencing any form of tension, you are really experiencing it yourself as well, because your controller keeps shaking uncontrollably, and in some of the sequences it could be a bit scary, you know, particularly the nightmare sequence with Madison, and some of the fight sequences as well, particularly the one, well, I'm not going to tell you, you'll find out yourself. No spoilers in here. So let's see, he's been given instructions by this crazy origami killer to be driving against the traffic on the motorway. So by this time you should have mastered your controls, because if you hadn't, then there'd be serious problems. So you know, we need to follow those instructions if we are to save obviously his son. He doesn't know where his son is, he doesn't know what might happen to him, but we've heard earlier there was 4 days left, but as we went on in the game, I think it's probably a lot less than about 2 or 3 days left now. And he simply needs to follow these instructions. If he does, there is a faint hope that he'll find his son alive, So let's proceed.
A lot of good it'll do Sean if I kill myself on this highway.
True.
Go the wrong way on the highway for 5 miles? Am I willing to take that risk in order to save my son?
Absolutely.
I've got to do it, for Sean's sake. I have no choice.
Right. So watch this. Incoming.
Come on! I can do this, come on!
You still have 4 miles to go before you reach your destination.
Still 4 miles to go. That's terrible.
Get out of the way!
Time's up. You have not reached your destination.
Too bad. I wasn't good enough with my controls. Get out. This guy's like to explode. Boom. But I'm alive, and that's what counts at the end of the day. Played the game a few times, but I was never able to, get to my destination in this car. So need to keep practicing, just like everyone else. Ah, I've done something right. I've got a new bonus. I'm unlocking bonuses everywhere. So that's pretty good. They all get collected throughout the game, and then at the end you can just watch them in peace. There are many, many good ones with additions and, trailers, etc. Developer comments. Madison is back. Ah, she's ultra cool. But guess what will happen now? Well, it's not hard to guess, really. I think once you start playing Quantic Dreams games, you just fall in love with the style, the atmosphere, the way you interact with the characters, and I think most importantly, the way you need to do things in this game as if you would if you were there. I think that's really fundamental. I really loved that in Mass Effect, and for me that was the first experience I would have had in a video game, about 10 years ago or so. And Quantic Dreams really elevated the experience. So every single time, so just think about it. If you were Madison, if you were out there, raining badly, what would you do? Were you going to just walk, the streets while it's raining so badly? Were you going to talk to somebody? Or you're going to come in and have a word and, get like a proper shelter, maybe a cup of coffee and a bite to eat? I don't think this is rocket science. We'll do exactly that.
The atmosphere here is one of concern, as there is still no news of 10-year-old Sean Mars, who disappeared yesterday. A recent report indicates that the police are now treating this as another kidnapping by the origami killer.
Oh, creepy.
He may still be alive, as the previous victims.
Hello there, sweetheart. What can I do for you?
Obviously,
I'd like a room.
running out fast for the
For you?
investigators trying to find
Anything.
the child. I'm Michael Nettie for ICU.
Feeling the register.
Fill in the register, ma'am. Would you, if you were approached by such creepy receptionist, would you provide him with your correct details? Well, Thank you, man.
Single. How long will you be staying with us, Ms. Page?
I don't know yet.
Room 201. Last floor, stairs on the right, in the courtyard.
Thanks.
The pleasure was all mine.
That's for sure.
But she left her real name and her correct details. So that's a bit mind-boggling. You know, she used to be doing some investigations in this hotel. This will obviously expose her as one of the characters pursuing the leads. But nevertheless, let's have a look. What is she going to do? Is she going to walk the rain or try to get in? Well, I think, hang on, and she could have looked at that map. No. Some cold drinks. It's too cold for cold drinks outside for sure. Warm drinks. Where's the coffee machine? Oh, nothing in here. Let's see whether he wants to talk again. Maybe more questions? Nothing. He might get some ideas, you know, if I keep coming back again. So I'm not going to do that. I'm going upstairs. And I want to find a room. But you see, I was so focused on the receptionist hall that I just missed out on any instructions that he would have given her. I need to switch on.
Room 201. Stairs on the right, last floor. That obnoxious receptionist better not have a spare key to my room. The thought of it leaves me in a cold sweat.
Yes, I agree. Master key. My goodness. But you see, if for instance in a game you switch off for a moment and, you know, just your mind drifts elsewhere, what it is, you always check the lead character's mindset. And every single time there will be some important information there. Like in this instance, I didn't quite catch the room number because I was thinking of something else. And there we were. You know, press L2. The options come up on the screen and you get the idea. You get the facts. So it's 1 or 2. Let's have a look. So 1 or 2.
Room 201. Stairs on the right, last floor.
Why on earth was I thinking of 1 or 2 when it's 2 or 1? I mean, honestly. The last floor, so she needs to go further up. And now I will remember it. 201. 201. Found it already. Amazing. Oh, there's Ethan. This is the first encounter. So let's be careful.
There's someone there. Is he wounded?
He might be.
Maybe I should take a look.
For sure.
Sir? Are you alright? I'll call an ambulance.
No ambulance.
You're badly hurt. You need a doctor.
Please, just help me to my room. It's number 207.
He's in the room 207. Look at this. Well, 207. It's very close.
Have you got the key?
So, you know, you really wonder as to why she's so caring.
You're really in bad shape. You should see a doctor.
Must have one, maybe two broken ribs. It's not fatal. But it's sore as hell.
Your head is bleeding. It looks deep.
And what do we do in this sort of situation? What's the next move? Well, you know what you need to do. You need to check their mindsets. So Madison is the character. You see, she has all these questions.
I should disinfect his cuts.
Almost certainly.
Medicine. There's bound to be a medicine cabinet in the bathroom.
There will be.
He's in trouble. I can't just walk away and leave him like that. I'll help him first and ask questions later.
Of course, that's the way to do it, because he's seriously hurt. He needs medication. So let's find the meds.
I should disinfect his cuts.
Yep. No, don't put it back. Cuts first. Come on.
I should disinfect his cuts.
Yeah, but are there any bandages there? Well, let's see.
I'm gonna disinfect your wound. This might hurt a little.
He banged his head really
There.
badly.
At least it won't get infected.
Thanks.
So she needs to go back and get some meds. As you could see, these meds were in the cabinet.
Paracetamol painkiller. Administer in cases.
That'll do.
Here.
He is in a lot
Take
of
this.
pain.
It should do you
What
some
is it?
good.
For
It's a
sure.
painkiller. It'll help reduce the pain. It says on the box to take one every 24 hours. I don't think it's a good idea to exceed the dose.
It absolutely is not.
I wouldn't move around for a few days if I were you.
I'm gonna take a shower.
All right, let me help you.
Let me help you.
I'll wait here until you come out. Let me know if you need anything.
There were actually a few other bits in that medicine cabinet. She could have picked them up earlier, I think.
Talk to me. That way I'll know if you pass out.
What's your name?
Madison.
Are you staying in the hotel?
No, I live in town. I suffer from chronic insomnia. I seem to only be able to sleep in motels. Don't ask me why. Whenever I get too exhausted, I come and spend a night here.
I'm just passing through. And what else do you do, Madison? Apart from fixing up strangers.
I'm a photographer. I take pictures of furniture for fashionable design magazines. And you?
I'm an architect.
Sounds like it's finished.
Thanks for staying. I feel a lot better now.
Okay. I better get going then. By the way, you never told me your name.
Ethan.
Be careful, Ethan.
They hit it off right away. Which is great. This is exactly what we want to see in these types of games, you know. You really want new relationships to develop. You want those that you know, you're going to fall for. And this is the beginning. So let's see what is on his mind.
The box. I have to open another origami figure.
That's correct.
I don't have much time. I've got to find my son before it's too late.
He absolutely does.
I don't know why she helped me. I hope she won't tell anyone.
Oh, he knows that she will not.
I'm still in pain, but I gotta keep going.
Thirsty!
Man, I'm thirsty.
Come on, cup of tea. Cup of tea. Well, that's not too bad either, but there's no tea. There's this kettle. Hold on, no. You need to drink because you're thirsty. Cool. It's mineral water. Drink it all. What else would he do? He's got meds there on the bed, his jacket. But don't forget, he's really pushed for time. He needs to find out more about this origami killer. And he needs to have a look at that box and maybe undo a few of those paper figures that are left in the box. His mindset is not telling us anything anymore. And therefore, he needs to come here, get the box out. There's the box. And he is to be examining the figures, paper figures that are left for him. There's several. It's the weird lizard figure in there as well. This looks like money. Are you prepared to suffer to save your son? The old power plant. Well, I didn't even manage to read it. It's too bad. So that's the direction that he was looking for. It's been pasted onto that money that was previously folded and glued together. Well, he's gonna be quick because he really is chasing the hour. There we go. We got more controls on the screen. And we haven't been able to win any trophies or acquire more bonuses. But there you go. It's all good, and we'll get a few more later on in the game, I think. Look at him.
Was that the first time?
Sorry?
First time you killed somebody? It always does something to you the first time. Then you get used to it.
I'm not sure I want to get used to it.
There's the hoodlum.
That's him.
That's him. Come on, let's go and get him. Quick.
Miroslav Korda?
Yeah?
Lieutenant Carter Blake, I'd like to ask you some questions.
Shit, don't just stand there. He's gonna get away. Ah! Hey, man, watch it, dude. Hey, watch it, man! Whoa!
Missed it.
Whoa! Hey, man, watch it!
That's it. That's the spirit.
Hey, man, what's your problem?
It's annoying with all that ice. Releasing the chickens. That's demented. And look at it. Come on. Yeah, pull out your gun. That's it. So we need to walk in rather slowly, and we need to be very alert and attentive. Our controller is going to be shaking literally throughout. So watch this. Needs to be hiding, you know, in between the slabs of meat. And ah, man. That's it. That's it. Well, he's done. Jaden was up to scratch.
This time it looks like we got our origami killer.
Nah. He's a suspect, but you know. Doesn't fit the profile. Oh, look at him. Hitting the bottle.
No. Mm.
Needs his pump for sure. Needs his drink as well. Was that whiskey? Or brandy? This is what you'd call self-medicating. You know, firstly inhaling the pump and then downing some whiskey. Oh, it's not going to do him very well good, is it? What else is there? Oh yeah, we got other drawers. It's a police badge. It's NYPD, doesn't say. It's not really. Can't be. This is not New York. Oh, here's a gun. Smith & Wesson. Is it Glock? Or which one? The question is it service issued? Or whether he just acquired it privately? Hard to tell, really. Diary. No, it's a file. All these criminals are in there. Missing girls. Doesn't have any more. He doesn't have any more on his desk for us to look at, so what we'll do is we'll switch the light off. Save electricity. Be always concerned about your bills. Let's have a look around his office. Nothing of interest in there, although he does have lots of files. Not as many as I do, but there you go. Books. Let's have a look out the window. Wow, his view is not particularly good. Looks like a first or second floor apartment in here. Any more files? Ah, he's got a big map on the wall. Right, we're not sure as to why he's looking at it. United States Armed Forces. Well, what does this tell us? He was in the US Army and then he joined the police. Somebody who is allegedly a dedicated member of their service personnel. But the time will tell whether he is as decent and as straightforward as the certificates would make us believe. And well, you know what? I'm hungry. So maybe he is as well. You see? It's always a good idea to have a snack. Nothing in his fridge. Oh yeah, there is plenty. I thought there was just a couple of bits and pieces. And what's he going to drink? More drinks. After that whiskey. Maybe that's a non-alcoholic beverage. Hard to tell. Oh, Mr. Shelby. Someone's ringing your doorbell. Come on, answer it.
You said I could contact you if I remembered anything.
Oh, that's Lauren.
Can I come in?
Sure. You want a drink?
Yes, glass of water, please.
Take a seat, I'll get it.
This is interesting. When you look at this flat, you can really tell that somebody who was a service personnel is living there, because it's extremely neat. Everything is dead clean, well ordered. And that really displays some elements of his character. You know? Somebody who is very focused, very precise, very particular. Somebody who doesn't tolerate anything which is not going his way. And definitely not tolerating any form of mess or disorder of any kind. In his own living space, I mean. There we go.
Thanks.
So what is she going to tell him? Something about her son? Maybe? Maybe about the clients.
Didn't really expect to see her again. Wonder what she wants.
I just remembered something. Maybe it's not important, but a letter arrived in the mail the morning Johnny disappeared.
A letter? What kind of a letter?
It was addressed to Johnny's father. I don't know what was inside it, but he read it and then he left. That's the last time I saw him.
And you think there's a connection between that letter and Johnny's death, is that it? You remember anything else about the letter?
Well, I don't know why, but I kept the envelope.
These letters are highly significant. Ethan has been receiving them, so she's the second person in receipt of those weird messages coming by post. Let's see what the contents of this letter really are. Addressed to Alan Winter.
No sender. Nothing particular. Except the address.
The address?
It was typed with an old typewriter. Could be a lead, you never know. Well, thanks for your help, Lauren. I'll let you know if it leads to anything.
Wait, I can't just sit around and do nothing while you're out there looking for the man who killed my son. Ever since you came around, I've been thinking, and I want to come with you. Help you in your investigation?
There's nothing you can do to help, Lauren. It's not a good idea. Believe me.
If you won't let me help you, I'm keeping the envelope. It's all or nothing.
Listen, an investigation like this is dangerous. And I don't have time to play the bodyguard.
How many clues have you got, Mr. Shelby? This envelope. Maybe your only link to the killer. I understand. It was a stupid idea. Sorry for wasting your time, Mr. Shelby.
Wait. You're really something special, Lauren. I'll give you that.
I'm just a mother. A mother who wants to find out who killed her son. Are we partners?
We're partners.
We are partners now. That's quite good, because you could see there are several partners in the game. But each one of those is very, very different. It's a beautifully construed narrative. Really beautifully written. I mean, 2,000 pages long. I mean, what would you expect? But he would have spent quite a few years, really, raking up different ideas and, you know, trying out different plots.
Maybe you better stay in the car.
We're partners, remember? Wherever you go, I go.
Look at these guys. They look dodgy, and so does this property.
What are we doing here?
We come to see Gordy Kramer.
Kramer?
Gordy Crane.
Kramer Construction?
No, his son.
You think maybe he's the origami killer?
For now, I just have a few questions that need answers.
Look at this. It's a massive palatial home. And he is in the construction business. well. He might be hiding somewhere, don't you think? Looks debaucherous.
Loaded! What'd you think he paid for all this shiny crap?
We'll discuss Kramer's decor another time.
Are we gonna be here long? This place gives me the creeps.
I'm gonna go find Gordy Kramer. You stay here till I come back. Okay?
Okay. Just let me know if you need me.
I'm a private detective. I'd like to speak to Gordy Kramer.
Gordy hasn't seen anyone. Beat it.
Okay, gotta find Gordy Kramer. Look, you just tell him that Scott Shelby wants to speak to him. Okay?
You're starting to piss me off, man. Now beat it before I get angry.
If I want to see Gordy Kramer, I'm gonna have to go about it some other way. Got to find a way to get them away from the stairs, long enough for me to be able to slip past. Whoa! You see that guy over there? Do you know what he said about you?
What'd he say? The bastard! Oh, sort him out!
You gotta sort him out, man.
You motherfucker!
Definitely excellent tactics.
Great monkey in a cheap suit. You think, oh, you're a big man. I'm a bigger man. Ah, you know. Hey.
He'll walk through nice and easy now. There's no one in there.
I'm talking to you, big ape. What you saying about my mother? No, you get wild with me, wild. And you know who I am?
Who cares? He must be in here.
Mr. Kramer?
Shh! This is the best part.
My name is Scott Shelby. I'm a private detective. I'm investigating the case of the Origami Killer. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I'd like to know exactly what happened to little Joseph Brown.
Beat it! You hear me? Get the hell out of here!
What do you want?
A witness saw little Joseph Brown get in the back of your limousine. That was the last time anybody ever saw him. Now, I know you've been arrested and interrogated until your father made a little phone call and the file was closed. I'd like to hear your version of the facts.
The kid was lost. I just offered to drive him home. The police arrived, I explained the misunderstanding, and I was released. End of story. Nothing to get excited about, right?
I don't know why, but your story just doesn't check out. You're giving me the crap now. Tell me something I can't believe.
Very well. I'm the origami killer. I get my victims into my car. I drown them in rainwater. Then I dump them on a wasteland with an origami figure in one hand and an orchid on their chest. I do that because I'm bored, Mr. Shelby. And it's a creative and entertaining way of having fun. Is that good enough for you? Or do you want more? This interview is over. Get rid of this clown!
Oh, well. Sorted.
It's a dangerous game you're playing, Kramer.
Do you know who my father is? He only has to lift one finger and you won't wake up tomorrow morning. You're the one that should be afraid, Mr. Shelby, not me.
He likes watching cartoons, eh? But those cartoons look weird. And so does he. You've seen these action sequences, like the fight sequence we just had. You really have to be fast with those controls, otherwise the opponents will be winning, and that's going to alter the course of the narrative. Well, when you play the game a few times, then you'll you'll get to know it. You master the controls. The ones when you're tossing and turning the controller are the most difficult, because somewhat the instructions are telling you turn it left, and the game isn't really responding to that too well, so quite tricky. Oh well, he found the place. It's the big warehouse. The message said he had to go to this warehouse, so let's have a look what he's thinking.
Now where am I supposed to go? There must be a clue or something.
Power plant rather than a warehouse, but there you go. It all looks the same.
This is the old Pico power station. I thought it was abandoned. The origami figure was in the form of a butterfly. So, am I looking for a butterfly?
Possibly. But first of all, you need to get in.
It might be a trap. I'd better be careful.
I agree. The power plant looks rather sinister.
What the hell am I supposed to do here?
As you can see, I'm changing the sequence angle quite frequently, and particularly if you're walking somewhere, it's definitely worthwhile, to check and change, to explore the different viewpoint and his line of sight. So look, he should be able to get on here. if I'm not mistaken. Let's have a look. No, so where does he need to go? Hang on. It's like a side entrance or something in here. I'm not. No, I got it all wrong. I think it's the other way. Abandoned vehicles, abandoned factories. This kind of desolate industrial landscape. This is what the game really gives us. See where you can get in. Can you get in? No. Try again. Be pressing it really fast. It is not going to cave in. There needs to be another way in, and I think it may well be up here. Gates need to be locked at all times. There we go. Ah. Funny thing in this game is, you know, when he cuts himself, your controller vibrates violently. So if you're really playing the game in a very dark room and, you know, with your massive big headphones on, headset, or even if you're playing with DTS surround set, you will be experiencing some of his tension, and that's awesome. You really want to feel a part of that environment, and you know, you want to be in there, you want to be feeling what your lead characters are feeling. So that's one of the great achievements of this game. So let's see where else he needs to go to.
Electrical condensers. Going by the sound of them, they're still active.
Well, it looks like it, yeah. Hang on. This way, son. Yeah, is there the way in? Oh no, it just looks like that from the other side. Oh, there's the door in there. There's the door, there's the door. And there's this butterfly. Unlocked. Oh, someone's very careless for sure. Look at this. Well, ask yourself a simple question. If you were there, would you want to be opening that hatch and then getting, you know, in there? Would you like to try that? Well, the answer is most certainly no. But as he needs to be saving his son, there is no other way. So proceed. Pressing the X button will undo it, and therefore he gained access. Ah, what a ghastly place. Magus. Come on, Flick. Again, use your controller. You see... Oh. Shake the controller again. he gets in. What I was going to say is, purely in terms of him exploring this space, he should have considered, and then obviously lighting a match would have caused an explosion. But he didn't think this far though. Unfortunately for him and for us, there was no gas leak and there's no explosion. You can just carry on. But it is rather difficult to get through this. Looks like sewers or something. I don't know what it is.
Glass. Broken glass.
Yeah, broken
Sharp
glass
as a
everywhere.
razor. Impossible to go back. I'm gonna have to crawl through it, slowly, so I don't tear up my arms.
Yes, that is correct. So carry on slowly. Slowly. Maybe I'm doing it too fast, I don't know. Where does he need to go to?
The match flame. It indicates where the fresh air comes from. All I have to do is follow the wind.
Follow the wind. So think. If the wind is blowing left to right, and you have to follow the wind, which direction do you need to go to? Let's find out. He needs to walk a bit slowly. A bit more slowly, I mean.
I'm gonna die in here if I don't find a way out soon.
Try again. Every time he comes to another junction, he needs to find out where the wind is coming from. So it looks like he'll be alright if he carried on. Get all that glass. Just think of the pain. But unfortunately we do not have any other options, you know. I can't really do anything to make him crawl slower. So. Come on. We'll go right.
My vision's getting blurry. Easy does it. I've got to move slowly. Or I'm gonna... What's that noise?
Oh no.
Rats. Charming. If they got in, then maybe I can get out.
Surely.
The match flame. It indicates where the fresh air comes from. All I have to do is follow the wind.
I don't really need that anymore. No, why did I do that? There's no need for that at all. Come on, Ethan. So as we could see, following the direction of the wind would be the best course of action. Stuck in there for a long mile, hey? We're turning left. Just think, if you were there, what you would do. You would want to get out as quickly as you can. That's for sure. So let's see. This is a new junction. Follow the direction of the wind, which means we'll turn right. Do not go against the direction of the wind. I'm not sure whether he actually can die in this game at this stage, but certainly it is a good idea to be trying to keep him alive as long as possible. And as you could see, the exit is very near. Oh, thanks God. I nearly died together with him. I hate that glass. I need to just press it once, I think. And then X. Then L1. Takes a little while to master all this. And what now? Oh, goodness, he needs to go through that as well.
Right. I guess I don't really have any choice.
Some pipes. Well, evidently none. But let's hope he'll be sliding with ease. Come on, get in. So let's think. He will probably need to do something to dismantle the mechanism.
Better have a good look at each one of those condensers. If I choose the right route, I'll have a better chance of coming through this in one piece. A field of electric condensers. I've got to go through them to reach that butterfly. A butterfly. There's a butterfly over there. That's where I should go. I must have lost a lot of blood. I can hardly stand up.
No wonder.
Got to concentrate. The slightest wrong move and I'll get an electric shock.
That's correct.
The spaces are different. Some condensers look easier to pass than others.
Hey, hey, hey. That's tricky. How am I to... Oh, that's very difficult. Hang on, I need to work. I've not done this before, so I need to Is he going to be recovering or not? Don't really know. No, don't go near it. This is very, very difficult because it's asking me to use all these different buttons. Well, I need to redo it in a different fashion. I don't get it. Oh, you managed to squeeze through. Well, that's amazing. The first bit was obviously the most difficult. Let's see that. This is very tricky. Ah, that's like a maze. But I guess he needs to turn around, doesn't he? There. Oh, he did get through. Okay, that's good. It's really nightmarish. So let's see, what options does he have here? Can turn this side. Okay, he got in. Oh, this is disappointing. I really wanted him to get through that. Look at this. He's 3/4 dead.
It's over for me.
Ah, didn't manage to get through. Well, I tried to the best of my abilities, but somehow... The trouble is with those controls, you know. Ah, it's so disappointing, I was so close. He just had to get through that one last hurdle. But then he lost a lot of life.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. What happened to him? I'll get him to bed. He's unconscious. He's bleeding. Shit, what could have happened to him?
Everything.
I gotta call a doctor. I can't just leave him like this. Calm down, girl. There must be something I can do to help him. I'll get him to bed.
So it's all nice and easy here, but in that power plant it was extraordinarily difficult because sometimes you had to even press 5 or 6 buttons, and you know. Well, if any of you manage to get to that power plant, then text me or message me and let me know how you've done it. Because I tried it a few times, and every time
Can you hear me?
I didn't succeed. So, and then obviously he would have chosen the door, and the door has this coward pasted on it. So it's just what I didn't want to see. I wanted to get to that butterfly, but then again the question is whether the butterfly would be providing me with a new direction, because every time I played the game I actually was having the same difficulty, and right at the end, reason for which I believe is those controls. They're very, very difficult right at the end.
Are those burn marks on your chest?
Almost certainly.
You've got a hell of a fever. Arms look really bad. I need to disinfect your wounds.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get your clothes off to disinfect those wounds.
All frontal by the looks of it. Nothing on his back. Maybe he was just trying to get through that. Those wires.
He needs first aid. There should be all I need in the medicine cabinet. I've never seen anything as bad as this before. How did he get this way? Okay, the first thing is to keep calm. I'm gonna give him first aid. Okay, the first thing is to keep calm. I'm gonna give him first aid.
Taking everything. Well, he needs it, though.
I'm no doctor, but I'll do what I can.
Ointment first.
Sorry. I'll take it easy. Sorry, I'm stupid. I'm using anti-burn ointments on your cuts. Sorry.
I'll take it easy. That should ease the pain.
I've done it in the wrong order. He could have died because of this. It's disinfectant first and everything else after.
Crap. It's disinfectant. Not terribly good for burns.
Still useful for those cuts he sustained whilst he was trying to get through those wires. Bandages now, I think.
Your wounds are disinfected.
Bandages. Yeah, they need to be put on. There we go, his arm's done. That's not good. Oh yeah.
That's all I can do.
Bandages across his chest.
How do you feel? Ethan?
He needs
He's
medicine
unconscious.
as well.
Now I'll just have to wait. And hope he wakes up.
What about the medicine? Ah, well. My mistake. Maybe I should have given the medicine first. Medicine would have eased the pain. Look at the state of him. My goodness. What would you do if you were there? He must have slept for days.
How do you feel?
I've been better. Was I out for long?
About 3 hours.
Why the guardian angel act? You don't even know me.
When I was a child, I was always the one who used to fix my brothers up when they'd been fighting with the other kids on the block. I suppose I like to play the guardian angel.
She is the guardian angel for him.
You said you were here because you're an insomniac?
She is.
I've been going through a bit of a tough patch the last few months. It's the kind of stuff you prefer to forget. I do what I can to live with it, but it's not easy.
Hang on.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't be asking you questions. I mean, after all, we hardly know each other. You have no reason to trust me.
Listen, I'm truly grateful for your help, but for your own sake, I think it's better if you don't ask any questions.
Maybe I could help you.
No one can help me. You've already done a lot, Madison.
Right. I'm gonna go.
I missed this very important question in there. And I was picking my nose. I have to remember next time not to pick my nose. Because it could have given me another lead, you know. There was this hypothesis. She should have said something hypothetically to him about the whole thing. But you know what? We need to take a short break. I've been streaming for about an hour and a half to clear my head a bit, and maybe just have a cup of tea or bite to eat. So let's have a 5-minute break, and then we'll carry on. We'll crack on as usual. Hello everyone, welcome back. I had a 5-minute break, had a snack, a bit of drink as well, and now I'm refreshed and I'm ready to carry on with our heavy rain investigation. As always, there are going to be plenty of secrets uncovered, so if you're ready, we will crack on. For those of you who joined us just now, he has been trying to get to the power plant and he looked for a butterfly. Unfortunately, he was not able to get to it, and then he came back to his flat, literally 3/4 dead, and he was lucky to have Madison around, who discovered him and helped him and brought him back to life. But I missed a very important clue in there. Also was picking my nose, and it was literally for a split second that he gave me those instructions to ask some hypothetical questions, and I missed them again. It's just really, well, when you get a bit tired, it does happen. And really, what I find particularly important when playing games, particularly when you play adventure games, because they could feel a bit flat at times, you need to take a break. So what I do generally is every 90 minutes I take a break, about 5 minutes, stretch a bit, have something to eat, maybe a bit to drink. I always have a few bottles of mineral water with me, and I have some green tea and herb tea which I drink. So that's all very refreshing. A bit of stretching, you know, a bit of water, and the brain begins to work properly yet again. And then we carry on. So what am I waiting for? Are you prepared to make a sacrifice to save your son? 9711 Marble Street. So that is another clue. Oh look, I unlocked a new bonus. I've done something right, and I know what it is. It's the full treatment I received from Madison.
I didn't do it. I swear I didn't do it. I've got nothing to do with that business. I never killed nobody.
Oh, no? Then why did you run away when they came to question you?
I already told you I forgot to report to my parole officer. I didn't want to go back to prison. When I saw the cops, I just bolted. I wasn't thinking straight.
We checked out his statement. He has an alibi for at least 3 of the murders.
Fuck, that bastard was a perfect fit. Shit!
Ash? Okay. Sean Moss's mother is here. She'd like to speak with you.
Grace.
It was a few months back. The middle of the night. It was pouring down. Ethan came home completely drenched at about 3. I asked him where he'd been. He spoke about drowning, the rain. He didn't make any sense. There was something in his eyes. As if it wasn't really him. There may be no connection, but the next day there was that announcement about another victim of the origami killer. Find my son. I'm begging you.
I'm Police Lieutenant Carter Blake, and this is Agent Norman Jaden of the FBI. According to our information, Ethan Mars is one of your patients. We'd like to ask you a few questions about him.
I'm sorry, that's impossible.
I beg your pardon?
I'm bound by an oath of secrecy. Under no circumstances may I discuss my patients.
My job is to find Sean Mars alive, and I don't give a damn about any bullshit oath.
I know you don't want to protect a murderer. If you know anything, you must tell us, Doctor.
I'm sorry. I can't help you. And now I must ask you to leave.
You need to cooperate. For your own sake.
Sean Mars's life may depend on what you know. Tell us what you know, Doctor.
Are you threatening me?
I'm just giving you some free advice, Doc. I suggest you take it.
Doctor, a child's life's at stake. You may know something that could help us save him.
I am going to call the police and make a complaint about your behavior.
Doctor, you are really pushing my buttons. The only thing I'm interested in is saving that kid's life. So, you're gonna be a good boy and tell me what I want to know, or I am really gonna lose my temper.
Mike, that's enough. Let's get out of here.
Come on, Doc. There's an easy way and a hard way. It's your fucking choice.
If you don't let go of this man immediately, I'll report you and you'll be off the case.
What the hell's the matter with you, Norman? Were you getting cold feet? You don't want to save Sean Mars anymore?
I want to save Sean Mars just as much as you do, but that doesn't give me all rights. So you're gonna stop this shit right now!
Ethan Mars has had psychological problems since his first son died. Feels responsible for his death. A sort of morbid neurosis. He is haunted by visions of drowning bodies. A few weeks ago, after one of our usual sessions, I found this on the floor. It must have fallen out of his pocket.
His wife Grace is suspecting him.
Ash, I want you to assign every available man to finding Ethan Mars. I want a man outside his place day and night. Notify all agencies to start looking for him. I want you to keep an eye on the train stations, the airports, the bus terminals. I want every cop in the city on his ass, so that if he moves, we know about it. Yes, Ethan Mars is the origami killer.
Well, easy. Lieutenant Blake thinks so, but I'm not convinced. Oh, that's sleazeball.
I wonder what we're going to talk about. The most exclusive golf club in town. Strange place for an appointment.
Surely is. But then again, he's rich.
Well, well, an old friend. Big stick, little ball. Never could see the point of this game. I kept Lauren in the dark on this one. I'll pick her up from her place later on.
Hang on, where's he going? What's in here? There's nothing of significance. Bodyguard doesn't seem to care.
Nice shot.
Thank you. Please come in, Mr. Shelby. Would you care for a coffee?
Oh, no thanks.
Do you play?
I tried once, but I think the owner of the course is still looking for me.
It's an interesting sport. It requires strength, but also a cool head and absolute precision. Would you care to hit a few balls with me? There's no danger of damaging the greens here.
Okay.
Take off your jacket and grab a club.
To play golf together. So, just have a look the way they do it.
The balls are in that basket. The most important thing is to grip the club correctly. When you feel ready, you swing. Well, it's only your first ball. You should try to strike it a little harder next time.
No, he's obviously well versed in this.
I'm assuming you didn't invite me here just to play golf, Mr. Kramer.
Mr. Kramer.
I hear you've been asking questions about my son.
That's right. I want to know if Gordy is linked to the origami killer case in any way.
My son had nothing to do with that sordid case.
Well, then he has nothing to fear from my investigation.
You have no business investigating my son. I told you, he had nothing to do with it.
Says who?
With all due respect, Mr. Kramer, it's up to me to decide who I want to investigate.
I'm an influential man, Mr. Shelby, and I pay very well for loyalty.
Are you trying to buy me?
Let's just say I'm trying to show you where your interest lies. How much do you want to leave my son alone?
I think you misunderstood me. I don't play that game.
Don't go near my son, Mr. Shelby. If you do, you'll regret it.
Have a nice day, Mr. Kramer.
Well, you could tell that this sleazeball will always remain a sleazeball, protecting his son, who's obviously weird, and not providing any information which could be of assistance. Too bad. Didn't get a particularly good score on that golf, did I? Yeah. Mr. Mars. Rats. Some weird figurines are left here.
Porcelain lizards? They look new. Out of place with the rest of this old beat-up stuff.
There may be some clues inside of those figurines. Porcelain lizards. Oh, there's something here. Let's have a look. A key. But then again, there may be some other bits of information in those other ones, so let's have a look. Yeah, actually did find this key rather quickly. Ah, I see. Well, that's particularly useful. You see, once we acquire the key, there's no need to be checking the rest. So that saves up a lot of time and trouble. Thumbs up, Quantic Dreams. And Mr. David Cage. Let's have a look. There's some lizard painted on the door. Oh, I see, that's the key to the door. Alright. Come on, budge in. Ah, so for anyone who watched the trailer, which I played during the introduction, you recognize this sequence. So have a look.
Are you prepared to suffer to save your son? You have 5 minutes to cut off the last section of one of your fingers in front of the camera. If you succeed, you will get your reward.
He's been asked to cut off a part of his finger. Well, you could see how demented that origami killer is. Sadistic, enjoys to torture, enjoys to inflict the pain. No, he needs to really... So if he's to do that...
You have 4 minutes and 30 seconds left.
You see, I really dislike this degree of brutality which is present in this game. I mean, I understand that obviously it might have been necessary to elevate the bar of, you know, the seriousness, but it gets a bit morbid and grisly, and I really don't enjoy that sort of thing, so you'll see what happens next.
You have 3 minutes and 30 seconds left.
Now he's gonna lose his finger. Watch this. That is just so brutal and really not appealing. I hate it. The trouble in there is that we become both a participant and an observer in this degree of sadism, and if you're not naturally inclined to this, then obviously we feel repelled. So I don't really like it, this section of the game.
Under the desk.
It's burning the wound. I guess the developers wanted us to be feeling his pain to this level, but it doesn't feel right in any way. You know, we are feeling the tension around his dilemmas, but when he starts cutting off his finger and then burning the wound, it just becomes grotesque. And definitely, you know, you need both stomach and endurance to go through this. I think most people just chicken out and leave it alone, but they made it really a part of the narrative, as you will see.
The pain! My finger! My finger! I did what I had to.
Oh, there's something in there. An SD card with a recording on it. And as you could see, this is his son, trapped somewhere with water levels rising. I really find this section of the game completely unappealing, and I wish that the developers would have just cut it out altogether. The difficulty I have is that I'm here immersed with, you know, that degree of sadism, and if I'm feeling his dilemmas and tension, I'm equally understanding, and I understand, I'm equally drawn, well, I'm not expressing myself properly, then obviously I'm drawn to that degree of pain that he's experiencing. Oh.
That's affirmative, Lieutenant. We're in position.
Perfect. Nobody moves until I give the signal. Is that clear? We nail him as soon as he sets foot outside.
Right, Lieutenant.
Lucky that patrol spotted his car.
What's he doing in there?
Beats me. You're the profiler, right? I thought you were supposed to be right inside the killer's head.
Well, that's just it. What I know of Ethan Mars doesn't match the killer's psychological profile.
I know what the jury's gonna choose between your theories and concrete proof. What the fuck is that girl doing there? If Mars comes out now, she's gonna be in trouble.
What do we do, Lieutenant? Want to get her out?
No, stand down.
Madison is there to help, of course. She spotted the police.
The police. They staked out the building where Ethan is. I've got to warn Ethan. The cops don't know me. I could just walk into the building without being noticed.
Yeah, let's see whether that works. No. Just coming back to my earlier point, just to elaborate a bit, you know, the game, the greatest value of this game is basically connected to our experience of those lead characters. So we are feeling and experiencing everything they're going through. Our decision-making process is linked to what we would do if we were in that situation in real life. But with this particular sequence, when where he's ordered to cut off his own finger, it's really it's sort of bordering a very, very weird, cheap, unpleasant, distasteful horror film. And at the point where he's being struck by this dilemma, whether he will have enough time to save his son, he's being told to do something horrible to himself, and therefore us, as the viewers, are becoming the active participants in this crazy sadistic exercise. And I think for me, this is where, you know, the threshold is. If we are watching it from the distance, then we can obviously establish judgment, build our own views on how demented the killer is, and also what the victim would need to be doing in order to make sure that the killer is apprehended and punished. But in this instance, we become an active participant in this type of sadistic act, and for me that is unacceptable. This is where, you know, lots of people in media may well blow the trumpet about games being very dangerous and coercive and suggestive and all that. I don't really think that's quite so, but this particular instance is giving us one of those situations in video games where this could be seriously misunderstood. Anyway, we'll carry on with the game. Obviously, the police are out there on stakeout and they want to get Ethan Mars as they're suspecting him of being the killer. We know that this is very unlikely. Madison is out there to provide a helping hand, just as always. So let's crack on. Oh, what a dingy, dreadful
Maybe she lives there.
place.
Oh, it's just as well. We don't want anyone hanging around if Mars comes out.
Ethan, what happened? The police. They're out there. I think they're here to arrest you. We've got to find another way out.
And almost certainly she will.
Shit.
Just
What's
as
he up
always.
to in there? Wait for a go on my word.
They're still out there. We've got to find another way.
Yeah, probably through the window.
You can't get out that.
No, it's not it. And then another. Few of those planks in there still. She's both strong and heroic, as you could see. But this one was a bit too heavy for her.
Shit! It's too high.
Just pick up that sack in there. This sack, I think. No? That one. Well, there has to be something. Push this box to the window. Will it be tall enough? I don't think it will.
Ready on my go. Stay here, Jaden.
Out of the question. I'm coming with you.
2 men at the door, hold your positions. It's a go.
Come on, let's go this way.
Come on, hurry! Oh, they got away. That's pretty good.
Hey, you, don't move! I'll shoot!
Come on, quick!
I can't.
Hands in the air!
Lieutenant, there's a man and a woman exiting the alley.
A woman? Shit! It's that girl who went in! Everybody downstairs! They're in the alley! Follow them!
The subway.
Don't move or I'll shoot!
They caught him, but she got away. Well, I guess he was to be caught one way or the other. Maybe there would have been a trophy here if we got away, but I think it's unlikely because the subway was too far and I couldn't run them, basically.
I'm not here to judge you, Ethan. I'm trying to save the life of your son. We still have time, but it's running out. Help me, Ethan. Tell me what you know. By my estimate, Sean has approximately 12 hours left to live. It's raining outside, Ethan. Each drop gets him closer to the end, a slow and painful death. Where is he, Ethan? Where is Sean? Ethan, say something, for God's sake! You've lost, Ethan. What will you gain with one more victim? Huh?
See, they're convinced.
I kidnapped my son. But I can't remember what happened. I don't know where he is. The only way to find him is to let me out of here. I'm the only person who can save him.
You don't remember anything, but you think you're the origami killer. I'm sorry, Ethan, but you're gonna have to do a lot better than that if you want me to believe you.
I love my son. I love my son. If you keep me here, Sean is going to die.
Time's running out, Ethan. And frankly, I don't care why you did it. The only thing I want to know is where you've hidden Sean.
I don't know. I would already have saved him if I knew where he was.
Okay. This is your last chance, Ethan. And this time, I suggest you think carefully before you answer. Where is Sean?
I told you I don't know.
Wrong answer. I asked you a question, and now...
If you beat him, his confession's worthless. They'll throw the case out. Carter, stop. I'm gonna report you for this.
Go ahead! Get the hell out of here! I couldn't stand you from the very beginning, Norman. Now get the fuck out! You fuck! Are you gonna...
Even if he is a killer, that doesn't give you the right to beat him.
Whose side are you on, Norman? Are you defending this piece of shit?
I'm defending the law, and the law says he is innocent until proven guilty.
This guy's got no rights, do you hear me? No rights at all!
Fuck! That asshole has gone too far this time. That bastard is gonna beat a confession out of Mars. He just wants a culprit, even if it's the wrong guy. That is not the way it's gonna go. I'm gonna tell the whole story to Captain Perry. Blake is trying to beat a confession out of Ethan Mars. You've got to do something!
Which is more important, Norman? Finding little Sean Mars or sparing that lowlife a few bruises? You can't make omelets without breaking a few eggs.
God damn! Ethan Mars is innocent! We've got to get back to looking for Sean if we're to have any chance of finding him alive!
This case has worn you out, Norman. You need some time off to think it through.
Yet again he's taking that triptide. You can see that he's dead weird. But then again, like every one of those characters, there's something very tortured about him. And as we progress in the game, we'll obviously discover more and more about his background. Wait a minute. God, it's so hard to play this piano with those controls. No matter how fast you are, but...
Thanks.
You look preoccupied, if you don't mind my saying so. Problems with the investigation?
Almost certainly, as always.
Blake is convinced that Mars is the killer.
Not you. I thought there was some evidence to that effect.
That's true. But it just doesn't make sense. His psychological profile doesn't fit. Neither does the geolocalization. I can't see this father drowning 8 victims before kidnapping his own kid. Mars is not the origami killer.
Yeah, that
I'd
looks
stake
like...
my life on it.
Then who is? Maybe you should review the evidence in your possession.
That's just what I was thinking of doing.
You see, this sequence reminds me of Stanley Kubrick's Shining.
Sir. You should be careful not to overindulge in you-know-what. It can be dangerous. Very dangerous.
I'm trying to keep a handle on it, but that's difficult. It gets more and more difficult.
It'll end up killing you if you're not careful. That would be most unfortunate, sir.
Any of you that watch Shining will recognize the elements, you know, the atmosphere and all else. Particularly with the barman.
Well, well. Looks like there's something new. The video recording from near the park on the afternoon Sean Mars disappeared. I doubt there's anything on it, but you never know.
Yes, he's gonna be analyzing the evidence now.
A Chevrolet model corresponding to the tire prints passed at 1602 heading for the park, when in the opposite direction at 1637. That could fit the time that Sean Mars disappeared. Could it be the killer's car?
Could be. Very important evidence.
Ah, pity we can't see the driver's face. The car was stolen. Let's see. A certain Jackson Neville was suspected of stealing it, but the charges were dropped. Not enough evidence.
not really significant anymore, but that hoodlum is significant, and also the stolen vehicle. So let's see, wait a minute. That geoanalysis. No data for that. Well, that's a shame, but maybe for that hoodlum there will be. This is driving license, I think. Yeah. Okay, we've seen that.
Jackson Neville, aka Mad Jack, involved in several cases of buying and selling stolen vehicles. Considered to be very dangerous. This guy might have provided the killer with a car. It's a pretty slim lead, but it's all I have right now.
Yep. That is correct. He needs to have a look, find him and grill him. And that's exactly what he deserves. Grilling! No bonuses this time. It's very interesting that every one of the lead characters has a murky past. They're all tortured, and all of them have some emotional problems. So it'd be very interesting to find out what his background was, because obviously he has a serious addiction problem. At the same time, he's one of the top FBI profiler stroke agents. So definitely a very interesting character. What happened to me when I played it last was that in the course of this investigation, you know, he would go to this garage with a hoodlum, and then the hoodlum killed him. So I lost one of my lead characters so early in the game, and that was devastating. And I really struggled with the controls whilst trying to get him out of the vehicle, and you know, he was just turning into mincemeat, and he could not be then affecting the story anymore. And that was, you know, really it was a serious downer. And ultimately, when I came to the end, I had the worst ending, and everyone died, which is obviously what we are not going to live this time. Well, we're hoping not to live it, but the game will determine whether we get there or not. So let's have a look. He needs to go and find that criminal. There's nothing else for him in here. He needs to get out.
Did Mars confess?
No, not yet. He lost consciousness. We'll give him a break and then we'll get back to him.
He must be tougher than I thought.
Tough or not, he'll crack. They all do.
In any case, congratulations, Lieutenant. You've done a fine job. I've called a press conference. Gonna kick off in 1 hour. I expect it'll be quite an event.
Don't you want to wait until we actually got his confession?
No point. We've
No,
got
I can't just stand by and watch.
That's all the
I'm
press
gonna help
wants to
Mars
know.
get out of here. Ethan Mars is innocent. I should consult my superiors. Maybe... No, that's stupid. I gotta handle this on my own. He may be guilty. He's acting odd, his statements are all confused, and heck, he never said he wasn't the origami killer. I just don't believe he's guilty. Nothing about him matches the killer's profile.
I tend to agree with him, but then again, he's dead weird, suffers all these flashbacks, and you know, there's always the danger that there's something there that could really tip him over the edge. So the FBI agent is being struck, you know, with this massive dilemma, and we need to see whether he is going to be pursuing the right course of action. So let's have a look at his thoughts. Help Ethan, leave Ethan. Convinced.
My gut feeling is that Mars is innocent and I gotta get him out of here.
And therefore he will help Ethan.
I gotta find some way to get Ethan Mars out of here. Even if there's only a 1 in 1,000 chance he's telling the truth, he may still be able to save his son.
I tend to agree with him at this stage of the game. I see. So what I've done is I checked the mic and switched off the camera. So whatever goes on in there will not be recorded. By doing so, I broke the law and I could be investigated and struck off, and I could lose my job as FBI agent. So let's see what he does next.
Leave us alone.
Lieutenant Blake said to...
Please, leave us alone.
Right. I'll be at the door if you need anything.
Christ. Are you alright, Ethan?
I gotta get out of here. I've gotta save my son.
Let's see what I can do. Gotta find some way to get rid of the guard if I want to free Mars. Should be able to get him out of here without being noticed. Shit! What am I doing? Helping a suspect to escape? That'll cost me my badge and earn me a 10-year stretch.
It certainly will. You'll be struck off. You lose your job.
First, get rid of the cuffs. There should be officers' raincoats all over the place. Gotta find one and give it to Mars. I gotta find some way to get him through the police station undetected.
That is correct. But how on earth is he going to do that? Well, we'll see.
Gary, you can take a break. I'll keep an eye on him.
You sure? Actually, I was busting for a piss. If you need to adjust his handcuffs, the keys are on my desk.
So where's his desk? Oh, there. Oh, that's a bit naff. It's very close to Lieutenant Burke. I keep calling him Lieutenant Burke, but he's actually called Lieutenant Blake. I don't know where I'm getting this Burke from. Well, in a real life situation, almost certainly everyone would have spotted him. But at the end of the day, this is a game, so everything is possible. No way he can talk to Charlene. So look, what else is there? Well, he knows what he's doing, I'm afraid, so time to get out. I've gone the wrong way. He's all kitted up for this, so let's see what he does.
That's it. You're free. Here, put this on. They're having a break. If you're quick, you'll be able to slip out without being noticed. Head straight to the exit. Don't stop, don't talk, don't even think. Just walk.
I don't know what to say.
Just say you're gonna save your son.
He really believes him. So how is he to disappear undetected? I simply don't know, but he did.
Less than an hour ago, we heard from the police who have identified the man thought to be the origami killer. Ethan Mars, father of the kidnapped victim Sean Mars, is on the run and should be considered armed and dangerous. A police manhunt is now underway, and they hope that they will soon be able to announce the apprehension of this dangerous lunatic.
This dangerous lunatic. I hate the term.
I brought some food. I didn't know what you like, so I brought some of everything. I hope that's okay.
Why are you helping me, Madison? You know nothing about me. You could have been killed.
I don't know. I guess it just seemed like the right thing to do at the time. You needed help, I helped you. You're all over the news reports, Ethan. Every cop in the country will be hunting you. They say you're the origami killer. Is it true? Are you the killer, Ethan?
I don't know. I don't know. But I'm the only one who can save Sean. For your own safety, Madison, I think you should go.
Go? Ethan, they're after me too. They've seen my face. I'm in this too deep to stop now.
Together. Is he going to confess?
I sometimes have these blackouts. Times where I don't know what I'm doing. As if I'm someone completely different. The only thing I remember afterwards is the bodies. The bodies in the water.
Why are you hurt, Ethan? Why were you in that apartment?
I think my other self is testing me, testing my love for Sean. He wants to know if I love my son enough to save him. That means there's some part of me that knows where Sean is. But the only way to find him is to go through these trials.
Why can't you tell that to the police?
And tell them what? That I'm a schizophrenic who drowns his victims and has kidnapped his own son? They'd never let me go, and I have to stay free to save Sean. I have no choice. I'm his only chance. When Sean is out of danger, I'll turn myself in, but not until then.
You can't keep going like this. You're destroying yourself, Ethan.
Finding Sean is the only thing that matters.
There has to be another way.
You don't understand. Time is running out. Sean will be dead in a few hours. I have no choice. Please, Madison, leave. Forget everything that's happened. There is nothing more you can do for me. If you want to help me, leave. Leave me to do this on my own.
She may leave now, but overall, she will be staying with him throughout the game. Because she believes that he's innocent. So what is he to do now?
I don't have much time. I've got to find my son before it's too late. The box. I have to open another origami figure. I'll find you, Sean. I swear I'll find you.
Oh, the box is still on his desk. Send a picture, get your reward. 6784 Longway Road, Lexington. Kill him. The question is, who's actually living there? Who is living there? Manfred's Antiques. Well, what we'll do now is basically to take a break. It's going to be a short break of about 5-10 minutes, and then we'll carry on with Heavy Rain. Thank you so much for joining us today, also for staying with us, and for both participating, viewing, enjoying, talking about this wonderful adventure game. There's a lot more still to be researched, and there's plenty to be discovered in various locations through all of those characters. So right now we'll take a break, and then once we come back we'll carry on with our investigation. And I'm in no doubt that there will be plenty of clues to be found and many secrets to be exposed and unraveled. So see you later.